Right. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully, you're able to get a snack, get a drink, do whatever it is you need to do between games. We're set for game 2 of this doubleheader. Builders in the field. You've got Higgins in left, Yuri in center, and Green in right. Around the horn, you've got Harrison at third, Isaac McAllister at short, Landon Turner at second, Jet Winslow at first, Jackson Thomas doing the catching, and Jaden Anderson is pitching. We'll get to the batting orders kind of as they come up. Jaden has a 2.52 ERA so far this season. He's 2-2. No, he's not. He has no win-loss record. He's appeared in 2 games. He's thrown 8 1/3 innings, given up 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 5, struck out 6. Batters are hitting .071 against him so far. Sure. Sorry, Jaden. I doubt it'll go that well for you today. So the batting order, actually for Virginia State, if you were with us in game 1, it's the exact same. So you have Smith, Gilliam, Boone, Tucker, Rivera, Young, May, Ward, and Ligon. So it's the exact same order for them as game 1. That'll bring Jonathan Smith, the leadoff batter, to the plate to face Jaden. Through the last game, he's batting .314 on the season with 2 RBIs. He does have a stolen base, should he get on. And the first pitch from Jaden here at 2:21 is called a strike. Second pitch, high ball. Counts even at 1-1. Strike 2. Counts 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Jaden strikes out the first batter he faces. Talking to Isaac, Bradshaw, and Yuri a little bit in the locker room in between games. And Isaac's kind of brought up the point how he was a starter and Jaden was a reliever in years past. Kind of, our roles flipped a little bit, at least for this game. Maybe. Who knows? Counts now 1-1. Hit high to right. Back goes Baker. The wind, again, threw him for a little bit of a loop. Struggled a little to track that fly ball. Gilliam doubles to right. That'll bring the DH, Antonio Boone, to the plate. Boone pitched game 1 today. In all reality, threw a good game. Giving up the 4 runs early in the first and third inning, and that one's lined to center. I think Nate thought it was going to travel a little farther. And Boone's on with a single, so that's back-to-back hits. For the Trojans, and that'll bring Jaquan Tucker to the plate, the first baseman. Tucker's batting .316 on the year. Swing and a miss. Hit sharply through the hole. They're going to hold the runner at third. Bases are loaded with one out. So Jaden surrendered 3 straight hits to these Trojan batters. That'll bring up the shortstop, Hector Rivera, sorry. Six, 4, 3 double play. So that'll end the inning. Builders end up in a bases loaded jam, but get out of it. We'll be back for the bottom of the first in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Builders surrendered 3 hits in the first inning, but that's it. Builders' batting order is very much the same as game 1, except insert Higgins into the number 7 spot. McAllister is going to bat 8th and Green 9th. So Nate Erie leading off, facing... Oh, I forgot his name. In the field, Virginia State is exactly the same. Charles Jones, who I didn't see him on their list, but it does have stuff on the sheet Walker sent me over. He's got a 2.7 ERA, 1-1 win-loss record. He's appeared in 2 games. He has 2 starts. Opponents are hitting .295 against him. First 2 pitches were a ball and a strike, so the count's even at 1-1 to Nate Erie. That one catches the outside corner to make the count 1-2. Counts even 2-2. Nate, through the last game, is batting .308. 14 RBIs. Counts full 3-2. And Nate Erie draws a walk here in his first plate appearance. So that'll bring Jaden Anderson to the plate. Jaden batting .362 on the season, 2 home runs and 20 RBIs. There goes Nate. The ball is dropped, so no throw. First pitch was a strike. Strike 2. Another very windy day. Low ball. Counts now 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Jaden swings through that one for strike 3. And there's the first out of the inning. That'll bring Jackson Thomas to the plate. Jackson by far leading the team in average, batting .431 on the season. First pitch he sees is a strike. He does have quite a few less ABs, but still batting .431. Second pitch fouled away, strike 2. 0-2 count to the Builder catcher. There goes Nate. No throw. It's grounded to second. Up and over to first. For the second out. Nate Yeary scores on that hit. So productive out from Mr. Thomas. We'll bring Jet Winslow to the plate. Jet hits that high into the air, shallow right field, but it's actually going to be blown out of play. Ball lands in foul territory for strike 1. Jet batting .270 on the season. Oh, 1 pitch outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss from Jet for strike 2. Counts now 1-2. Grounded to first. Tucker's there to make the play. That'll do it. Builders do get 1 run off 1 hit. No, off no hits. No errors. We'll be back to War Memorial in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
All right, welcome back. War Memorial Stadium, top of the second inning. Builders lead 1-0, 6, 7, 8. Coming to the plate for the Trojans, Young, May, and Ward. First pitch to Young from Jaden is a ball. That one's lifted to center. And Nate Erie over there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. So Jaden faced 5 batters in that first inning, only threw 10 pitches. So Trojans are coming up swinging. That's what it tells me. Again, over to second, over to first. For the second out on the first pitch of that at bat for May. Ward coming to the plate. Jerron Ward. Ward is batting .231 on the season. Ward went 2 for 3 in game 1 today. First pitch here in this game 2. He swings and lifts out of play for strike 1. Jaden wanted a new baseball. 0-2 pitch coming. 0-1 pitch, sorry. High, 1-1. Grounded to third. Harrison over to first for the third and final out of the inning. Trojans go 1-2-3 here in the second. We'll be back to War Memorial for the Builder half in a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Seth Harrison leading things off for the Builders. So Harrison, Turner, Higgins due up. And the first pitch is called strike one. Harrison batting .329. He lifts that one into shallow center, actually shallow right. And Gilliam is there for the catch. Now the wind is playing tricks on me. So I'll bring Landon Turner to the plate. Turner went 1 for 3 in game one, singling to left and had a pair of strikeouts. He's batting .322 on the season. First pitch is a ball. So it counts now 1-0. Outside part of the plate, strike one. Strike two. Count. It's now 1-2 to the Builder second baseman. Hit over the first baseman's head into right. He rounds the corner and throws on the brakes. For a single, and that brings Jordan Higgins to the plate. Jordan is a freshman batting .231. He's appeared in 13 games, started 8. Pitch inside, ball one. Umpire calls a balk. So I'll send Turner to second. No pitch. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Counts even 1-1. That one's high, 3-1. Yeah, 2-1. That's what I said. High towards short. Rivera's under it for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Isaac McAllister, the Builder shortstop. Isaac's batting .229 on the season. First pitch was inside, ball one. Isaac went 0 for 3 in game one. Runner goes, and he's in there safely. Pitch was a strike. So that evens the count at 1-1. So my interpretation of what happened from, a bunch of feet in the air and, maybe 120 feet from the bag was that the throw beat him, but he slid to the outside part of the bag and the tag was not applied in time. That's my interpretation. Can't say that's what happened, because also the third baseman was blocking my point of view. But grand scheme of things, it's the downfall to a 2-umpire system. Grounded back up the middle, so the run will score. And Isaac gets his first hit of the day. That'll bring Baker Green to the plate. Baker hitting .281 on the season. Isaac goes under the third baseman's glove. Isaac made it to third, but not going to lie, I was getting a little nervous there for a second. So Baker's going to reach on the air. Baker goes, no throw. Nate Yeary steps back in. Nate walked his first at bat. Stole second, stole third, and then came around to score. And he lifts that one into the air, high on the infield. The second baseman is under it, makes the catch. Builders tack on one more. Lead is 2-0. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium in just a moment.
NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
All right, welcome back. Sorry, saw that people were saying it's a little lagging. Trying to fix that. That's what happens when you got to wear a lot of hats, right? So that pitch got away from the catcher. The runner moves down to over to second. Ligon's at second. The Smith. Jonathan Smith at the plate. And he draws a walk. So I'll put a runner on first and second. Nobody out. All right, let's see if this is any better. I think I might maybe just needed to restart it. So Boone grounded into a fielder's choice while we were away. The Builders threw home for the first out of the inning, getting the lead runner. So now bases loaded and 1 out. With Tucker at the plate. Tucker singled to left, his first at bat. The 1-2 pitch. Foul back to the screen. Still 1-2. Down and away. Two count. Counts now full 3-2. And that one's pulled foul down the third base line. Low and away, ball 4. So the Builders walk in a run. And Coach Jones is going to come out to the mound to talk to the pitcher. By my spying little eye, it might be a pitching change. Bradshaw's come out of the dugout. Isaac is moving his way to the mound. So we have a new pitcher for the Builders, Isaac McAllister. We'll see how this shakes up the infield on the other side.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right. Welcome back. Isaac McAllister's the new pitcher. Here's our guy, Isaac. Bradshaw came in. He's playing third. Landon Turner moved to short, and Seth Harrison moved over to second. So that's the defensive changes for the Builders, and we'll sort out the batting order as it happens. Isaac stepping into a bases loaded, 1 out situation. Trojans have just walked a run in. First pitch from Isaac. Outside, ball 1. So Caleb Nicholas is pinch running at second for Gilliam, which could be an overall change, maybe. He is an outfielder on their roster. Counts even 1-1, and that ball's out of play. 1-2's the count. Hector Riviera is at the plate. He's 0 for 1 in this game, grounding into an inning-ending double play to end the first inning. Low 2-2. Just outside. Counts full, 3-2. Foul back to the screen. Great ricochet catch by the catcher, Jackson Thomas. So we'll do that 3-2 pitch again. Again, foul back out of play. Is probably going to land on the press box. I think it landed on the stairs behind us. So I would say it's safe bet. Since he fouled that one literally straight back, He just missed it. Popped high, foul ground, but I think it's going to get out of play because of the wind. And it did. So here comes the 7th pitch of the at-bat. That's not what I meant to hit. That one's fouled back to the screen again. Over there by the first base dugout. Three-two. Out of play. Swung through the 9th pitch of that at-bat to strike out, and the second out of the inning. That'll bring the third baseman, Samuel Young, to the plate. Sam is 0 for 1 in this game. He flew out to center's first at-bat. He went 1 for 3 in the first game, and a walk. First pitch was low and away. Ball 1. It's an air strike. I'm in game 2 also. That one was blooped into right. But the catch was made.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit GoBuilders.com to get your membership today.
All right. So we're back. Due up is Bradshaw, Thomas, and Winslow. Bradshaw batting in Anderson's spot. And playing third. First pitch to Bradshaw was a strike. Second pitch was blown away for ball one. Turner is now here. He is now here. Callister's now here. All right. So 2-1's the count to the Builder third baseman. And that's grounded towards third. Fired across the diamond for the first out of the inning. So that'll take us to Jackson Thomas. Lifted high into the air, shallow right. No, I'm going to say no communication between the right fielder and the second baseman. And the second baseman is there to make the catch. I'll take us to Jet Winslow, who grounded out to first, his first at bat. First pitch to Jets a ball. Inside part of the plate. Strike one. Counts even, 1-1. Grounded to first again. Flipped over to the pitcher. And Builders go 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the third inning. We're on to the fourth here at War Memorial Stadium. We'll be back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn.
All right, welcome back. War Memorial Stadium, top of the fourth inning. Builders holding on to a slim lead, 2-1. As we get ready to start this fourth inning. May, Ward, and Ligon due up. For the Trojans. Sorry. Leading it off for the Trojans is the catcher, Matthew May. First pitch was a strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. As May goes chasing. Oh, 2 fouled away. Isaac dropped down to a different arm slot on that one. Foul back. Still 0-2. That pitch way outside. Ball 1. Swung through that. First strike 3. First out of the inning. I believe that's Isaac's first strikeout of the game. Nope, it's his second. Brings Jerron Ward to the plate. He's 0 for 1. This game 1. Was 2 for 3 in game 1. So that pitch fouled. Three, 1-1. Sorry, that one was outside. Swung through that. Off-speed pitch for one strike. For a strike, counts 1-2. Foul back to the net. Still 1-2. That pitch was also fouled off. Count remains 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the second out of the inning. So Gene Ligon comes to the plate. Lifts that one into left field. And it is misread by Higgins in left. And the Trojans have a runner at second. Take us back to the top of the lineup. And Jonathan Smith, he's 0 for 1 today. The walk and a run scored. Currently 3 Major League Baseball games going on. Cardinals are beating the Rays 2-0 at the end of 4. Cubs beating the Nationals 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th. And the Blue Jays and Athletics are in the bottom of the 1st. Scores scoreless. First pitch to Jonathan is fouled away. A little high. Counts even at 1-1. It's in there for strike two. 5 games. Getting ready to start around 4 o'clock. Then all the others later this evening. So 1-2 pitch coming. Fouled straight back. Count remains 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Counts now full, 3-2. 2 outs. And he got him looking for strike 3. So, Builders managed to hold the Trojans here in the 4th. We'll be back to War Memorial for the Builder half in just a moment.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. Leveling the playing field for everybody.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Bottom of the 4th inning. Harrison Turner Higgins to the plate for the Builders. First pitch to Harrison is a strike. Second one is a strike as well, 0-2. to the Builder second baseman. And that one was a little inside. Caught Harrison on the elbow. He makes his way down to first. Landon Turner steps in. Virginia State unhappy with something. I don't know if it's Seth didn't attempt to get out of the way. I'm not sure, but I don't even think that's a rule anymore. Because their guy last game literally, I almost felt like swung into the pitch. But I've noticed guys not getting out of the way of pitches the last few years. Landon squares to bunt, pulls it back because that pitch was outside. Two-zero pitch coming. 3-0. Runner on first. And that's a 4-pitch walk. So, Builders get the leadoff batter and the second batter on. So, Builders, this game, 2 for 4 getting the leadoff batter on. So, 2 of the 4 innings we've been able to do that. As Higgins steps into the box, he squares to bunt. He gets looked like it was going to be a good one down the line. Ended up rolling foul. Now when he popped up. So the count's now 0-2. To Grant Higgins. Not Grant. That is not his first name. Jordan Higgins. So he attempts to bunt again, bunts it foul for the third, not for the third out, but for his third strike, and he is out. That'll bring Isaac McAllister to the plate. Isaac's 1 for 1 with an RBI in this game. 2. He fouls that first one back over the netting and out of play. The 0-1's in there for strike 2. So Isaac with an 0-2 count. Runners on first and second. Swings through that to extend his self-proclaimed team lead in strikeouts. I will vouch. I did look it up. It's really not self-proclaimed. It's quite accurate. So Baker Green steps in and watches strike one go by. Just off the plate, 1-1. Up and in, 2-1. Fights that one off towards first. And Tucker's there to make the catch. The Builders get a couple base runners on, but that's it. We'll be back for the top of the fifth here at War Memorial in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, welcome back. Isaac McAllister back on the mound for another inning of work. Assuming, actually, I haven't even bothered to look. Call strike to Gilliam, the right fielder. Outside. Counts even at 1-1. Isaac threw an inning and 2/3, has thrown 35 pitches. And that's grounded back up the middle. Landon double clutches, and he might not have gotten them anyway. Shall see how the official scores deal with it. Yep, called it a hit. I don't think he would have beat him. I don't think throw would have got him anyway. So that brings up Antonio Boone, the DH. Outside. Antonio Boone is 1 for 2. That pitch was inside, 2-0. Boone is singled up the middle and reached on a fielder's choice. Grounded that one to second. Seth to short, and that one's thrown away. So that's one out. And Boone reached first on the fielder's choice and makes his way to second on the throwing error by the shortstop. And that'll bring Jaquan Tucker to the plate. He's 1 for 1. Walked and singled to left. He's driven it. He walked in the Trojans' only run. Counts now even at 1-1. It's hit sharply towards right center over his Yeri, and it's just out of his reach. It's not Gilliam, it's Boone around third. He scores to tie the ball game. And Tucker has a double. So Hector Rivera steps in, the shortstop for the Trojans. He's 0 for 2 in this game. Grounded to second, struck out. Fouls that one back. Got a pinch runner coming on. It's number 5. Niall Shumick. That pitch is lifted out of play on the third base side of the field. Counts now 0-2. Low and away for ball one. Counts now 1-2. Kind of a check swing, pop up. Landon couldn't see it, honestly. I feel like until right before he caught it. But he did catch it, which is the important part. So that's the second out of the inning, and stepping into the box is Samuel Young, the third baseman. He's 0 for 2. His game 2. He flew out to center and popped to the second baseman. His 2 at-bats. First pitch to Sam was a ball. That one's tapped back to the backstop. Counts now even 1-1. Grounded towards the hole at short. Sliding in safely at third is Nile. Christian Balcom is pinch hitting for May, the catcher. First pitch he sees is a strike. Time called by the batter. Check swing, he went. For strike two, counts 0-2. 1-2? 0-2? I think it's... The runner took off for fun, I guess. I was going to say, it also looked like he was holding the back of his leg. Outside. 1-2 is the count. Yeah, he... The 1-2 pitch. Got him looking for strike three, and that'll do it for the Trojan half of the fifth inning. Not before they tie up the game by scoring 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error. 2 men were left. We'll be back to War Memorial and the Builder half.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Builder half of the fifth inning coming up. Game tied 2-2. Builders have the top of the order coming up. Yuri, Bradshaw, Thomas. First pitch to Nate is a ball. So just like the first game, I'd like to say happy birthday to Nate's little sister. Just turned 18 today. That one hit Nate. Got a picture with her big brother on the field before the game. Bring Justin Bradshaw to the plate. Bradshaw grounded to third, his first at bat. Nate takes second on the overthrow on the attempted pickoff. Honestly, almost thought they had Nate leaning. Nate goes, strike called, in safe at third. So the count's now 1-0 on Bradshaw. 0-1, sorry. Infield in to protect against the runner at third. Bradshaw. Oh, well, take that camera out of your paycheck, boy. Pitch foul back. 0-2. And pitch was low. 1-2. Foul back out of play again. Grounded foul. There is an arm, a right-handed pitcher throwing in the pen down there for Virginia State. Though Mr. Jones has pitched pretty well today. That one's out of play also. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to second. Nate running in and is out. As Bradshaw reaches on the fielder's choice. I'll bring Jackson Thomas to the plate. The catcher. Up and in, ball one. Low and away for ball two. Defense in at the corners. Well, they're holding the runner at first. Third base is in a little. And the middle infield is normal depth as that one's blooped into right. Bradshaw makes the turn. He will go for third. He's in sliding. And Thomas will take second on the throw. So Builders now have runners on second and third with one out. And Jet Winslow stepping in. So again, the infield will come in to prevent the runner third from scoring. But first, we're going to have a call to the bullpen. So we'll be back in just a moment to talk about the new pitcher.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. Leveling the playing field for everybody.
All right, welcome back. New pitcher for Virginia State is number 11, Trey Mitchell. Let's see if he has any pitching stats available. I guess I'd need to be on the pitching page. Trey Mitchell, 1.35 ERA, 4 appearances, pitched 6 2/3 of an inning. He's given up 6 hits. Batter's hitting .240 against him. He hits the hill with a runner on second and third and one out. Infield is playing in. Jet Winslow to the plate. Grounds that past the diving third baseman. One run is in. Scarola waves the second runner. The catcher didn't catch the ball. And Jet moves to second on the throw home. So Builders get 2 runs out of that. And Jet is now standing at second with 1 out. Builders now lead 4-2. Seth Harrison stepping in. Seth is 1 for 1. So he was hit by the pitch his last at bat. First pitch, he fouls away. Outside. Counts even, 1-1. Grounded foul. So it was kind of popped up, and then the catcher touched it. Never mind. Pitch got away from the catcher. And Jet moves over to third. Counts now even at 2-2. Fire department answering the call. Grounded to second. Checks the runner. Fires to first for the second out of the inning. Hampton built a fire department right here next to War Memorial Stadium. Landon Turner steps in. Builder's now shortstop, and he grounds that one foul down the right field line. And that one's fouled over the Builder dugout, out of play. Bottom of the fifth, 2 outs, runner on third. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. Builders put up a couple more. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium for the 6th inning in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Right, welcome back. Top of the 6th inning. Builders lead 4-2. Ward, Ligon, Smith due up for the Trojans. But it looks like we have a pinch hitter for Virginia State, number 11, Trey Mitchell. No, I was going to say that is not going to be right. So it's 21, Axel Dale. Maybe Dial. Dale. So counts 1-1 to Alex. Caught the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Counts now 1-2. That one's outside. Counts even 2-2. It's popped into shallow left. Landon again makes the catch. The sun almost getting the better of him. And that'll bring up Gene Ligon, the left fielder. He's 1 for 1. He's walked and doubled to left. First pitch to him at this at-bat is a strike. Outside 1-1. Swung through that 2-1 or 1-2. This time of year, the sun moves basically right behind home plate. 2-2 is the count. Now after that ball, grounded to short. Landon fires for the second out of the inning. That'll take us back to the top of the order. And Jonathan Smith. Jonathan's 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out twice and walked. So if you kind of think about it, basically almost no matter where you're standing, the ball is kind of going to be right in the sun. First pitch there was a ball. That one's in there for strike one. Swung on for strike two. Both Aiden Walker and Grant Stratton kind of throwing in the bullpen. They're throwing with each other. The 1-2 outside, 2-2. My guess being, should we end up in trouble this inning, Aiden will come in, and then Grant would come in for the seventh inning. Counts now full, 3-2. And he got him looking, strike three, and the third and final out of the sixth inning. Builders bring 7-8-9 to the plate when we return.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
All right, welcome back. New right fielders, number 17, Xavier Nixon. So like I said before, we took our break. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Builders. Higgins, McAllister, Green. Higgins swings and misses at the first pitch. Higgins is 0 for 2 in this game. We also have a new third baseman, Ralph Rivera. Second pitch, also a strike, 0-2. And Higgins fouls that one off to stay alive. The 0-2 pitch coming. Low and away, ball one. Shadows approaching home plate. So that pitch is fouled off. Grounded up the middle. And Higgins is safely at first. No. So that one went off the pitchers. Yeah. One went off the pitcher's foot. First pitch was the ball. Isaac squares again. Gets away. Higgins goes to second on the wild pitch. And the count is 2-0. Pitcher Trey was throwing the ball back, I guess, to the catcher, but I don't know, because this makes me wonder if it's hard for the pitcher to even see. Inside, 3-0. First baseman playing in. He's literally halfway down the line. So Isaac draws a 4-pitch walk. And that'll bring Baker Green to the plate, the right fielder. Baker 0 for 2. Reached on an air and flew out to the first baseman. Baker squares outside. Outside again. So, with how Virginia, I understand the concept, but I also feel like trying to slap it, almost implying bringing in a softball. Oh, there's a good idea, too, as Baker tried to bunt it down the first base line past the first baseman. For a strike. But I feel like almost a softball mentality. If I can slap it between the pitcher and first baseman right there into right field. Would would work pretty well. Counts now even at 2-2. Suspect Baker will be swinging away. Actually, just as effective as the sacrifice bunt. As he grounds that to the pitcher. It'll bring Nate Erie to the plate. Nate is 0 for 1 in this game. He's walked, been hit by a pitch, and popped out to the second baseman. Infield is still playing in. To protect the runner from scoring at third, that catches the inside part of the plate for strike one. Again, inside part, strike two. 0-2 is the count to the Builders senior center fielder. And that's slapped. I'm going to say slapped in the hole between third and short. Throw beat Nate there. So there's a second out as Nate singled the left and then was thrown out, trying to take second. Builders add a run. Have another at third for Justin Bradshaw. Almost grounded that one down the first base line and over the bag. Almost. For strike one. Grounded up the middle towards the shortstop. Scoops it up. Fires to first. For the third and final out of the inning. Not before the Builders add some insurance as they get one run on 2 hits. 1 man left. We'll be back to War Memorial for the top of the 7th in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn.
Right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Top of the 7th inning. The Trojans' last ditch effort, if you want to say it that way. Right fielder Xavier Nixon steps in. To face Isaac McAllister. First pitch, strike. Isaac, through 3 2/3, has given up 4 hits, 1 run. It wasn't earned. He struck out 6. 3 of those were looking. 71 total pitches. He's got a 1-2 count here against the Trojan right fielder, and that one's ball 2 as it's low and away. And he got him looking. That's Isaac's 4th strikeout looking. So that'll bring up Antonio Boone, the DH. It's 1 for 3 in this game, too. And that one's fouled out of play. Strike 1. You know, that 1 for 3 is a little deceiving, too. Because he's actually reached base every at bat. Because he singled to center his first at bat and then reached on fielder's choices in his next 2 at bats. So he's put the ball in play every time he's been to the plate in this game. The 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count is even, 2-2. Looking at the umpire. I think he was asking, was that a strike? If I wouldn't have swung. Reached for that one, and it's grounded past the diving not shortstop, diving first, second baseman. Good night. I did not want to say second baseman. So I'll bring up Jaquan Tucker. He's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Singled to left, doubled to right, and walked. First pitch. He sees this at bat as a ball. 2-0. That pitch was outside. Builders could end it here with a double play. Strike 1. Grant Stratton is in the bullpen throwing for the Builders. Faked the go at first. Pitch was outside. 3-1. Have a feeling Coach Jones probably aren't going to really let too many base runners on. There's the walk. Here comes Coach Jones. And I'm assuming it's going to be to get Isaac. Shakes his hand, takes the ball. Isaac's going to go play second. I'm sorry. See, now I can say second easily. Isaac's going to go play short. Or third. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get back.
NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak, leveling the playing field for everybody.
All right, welcome back. Like I said, Grant Stratton, the new pitcher. Infield returned to the starting positions. Seth Harrison at third, Isaac at short, Landon at second. The shortstop, Hector Rivera steps in. He's 0 for 3 today. First pitch outside, ball one. Isaac pitched a good game today. Throw down from home, back safely. Count is even, 1-1. Runner on first and third. Tying run at the plate. Outside, 2-1. Up and in. 3-1. Outside. So after Boone's base hit, Builder pitching has given 2 free passes to load him up with 1 out. Brings Ralph Rivera to the plate. The third baseman. That one's in there for strike 1. Counts even, 1-1. Grounded to third. Seth boots it, and everybody's safe. So we got a pinch hitter coming to the plate, Norman Jackson. First pitch to Jackson was a strike. Jackson lifts that one into right field. Back is Baker Green. The throw in. Not in time to get anybody, but there are now 2 outs. It's 2 runs this inning for the Trojans. Score is now 4-5. And that brings Ward to the plate. Jerron Ward. First pitch to Ward is a strike. Builders need 1 more out to sweep this 4-game set. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Runner on first and third, 2 down. Tying run is at third. Throw over. Back safely. Oh, 2 pitch gets him swinging. Strike 3. That'll do it. The Builders take game 2 and game 4 of the series. Builders win all 4 games. Builders back in action. I'm sorry, let's finish the recap real quick. Virginia State scores 4 runs on 8 hits and commits 2 errors. Builders score 5 runs on 8 hits and commit 2 errors. Builders back in action here at War Memorial Stadium on Friday. First game's at 2, second game's after that. So we'll see you on Friday here at War Memorial Stadium.